Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live stream called... I'm reading it for the plot. I swear. I don't know where I'm going with that. But... Minasan, konbanwa. Welcome. Hola, señoritas y señores. Guten Abend, meinen Freunden. Guten Abend, dames en heren. Good morning, motherfuckers. But yes, hello. How art thou doing? Oh, I don't know why. How are you doing? Y'all doing fine? Just vibing in life? Just going at it like there's no tomorrow? I am doing better. It's been a while. Well, from what I usually do as anyways. Tuesday was King's Day and I had some people over, so sadly no stream, but that's why tonight we're gonna continue the saga of Nekopara. Simping for cat girls. Because the word simp isn't not banned yet on YouTube. I'm gonna window real quick, and after that, we'll jump right in. Yes, tonight when Nekopara, tomorrow, something I can't wait for, called Yakuza Kiwami 1. Or just Yakuza Kiwami. I'm so excited for that game. Can't wait. But that's for tomorrow. Tonight! My brain doesn't function. Tonight on Nekopara. What will happen? Thank you. Let's continue. And before we do that... Yeet? Like I do always, I'll keep it up until I really, really want to end my own suffering, and then I'll turn the voices back on. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Back. There we go. Boy, it sure has been a minute. Oh, yes. Thank you. I am... Je suis retardé. Or that's the wrong one. Sorry. Je suis stupid. Ah. At least the chat works. That's good. Boy, it's been a minute. His room hasn't changed one bit. Mentor said that she had 3 rooms, so I'm guessing she's letting Frase use a different room. It is really just how I left it. I assume that she frequently tidies it up. Rooms are meant to be used after all. Now that you mention it. Unless you open the windows and dust almost daily, the smell and mildew will instantly grow. Is that how it works? I tidy up your room back at home almost every day, so it's spotless. I open up the windows, air out the inside, wipe your desk, and check the comfort levels of your bed. Oh, I see. Is there a need for a daily check on my bed's comfort levels? It might be that Benyes-san had been waiting for your return this entire time, Nisama. Maybe. I feel terrible that she has been taking such good care of this room for such an unworthy apprentice. Tomorrow's another early day. Let's shower up and go to bed. We're showering together? Well, my body and mind are ready. Of course not together. Hurry up and take yours first. Right away. Yahoo! 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 Shigure, you're sick. You need an hospital ASAP. My apologies. I'm just so thrilled that I forgot human speech for a moment. Uh-huh. Sumimasen. Well, you did work hard today. You're too kind, especially considering I tagged along of my own accord. Don't sweat it. I came here of my own accord too, so we're in the same boat. Plus, it seems that my mentor likes you. How peculiar. I was hoping not to end up an inconvenience, but perhaps me being your sister has something to do with earning her favor? No clue, but Mentor is a really nice person. Oh yes, I simply adore Benyes-san myself. Fres is a really good girl too. In a single day, those two managed to hit it off with one another. She sure grew up into a qualified cat girl. Nisama, have you always known Frese? A little before I went back to Japan. She was staying here. Well, she was pretty darn small back then, though. I don't blame Frese for not remembering me. I had almost forgotten her myself. I'm sure she will remember. She had quite a curious look initially. And today, she glared at you multiple times. Did she? You got your eyes peeled for cat girls as always, I see. I hadn't noticed at all. Don't you think that she's worried that I work too slow, do you? Well, no, I wouldn't think so. Press is overqualified. Granted, I don't think our cat girls are any slouches as they are either. But at that age, and to do such fine work is impressive, isn't it? Looks like I don't hold a candle to Mentor when it comes to raising cat girls either. Same goes for me. From first-hand experience, cat girl rearing is a tough job. Each cat girl's personality differs from the last, as well as their likes and dislikes. Advantages in one regard end up disadvantages in the other, and vice versa. That is why even now, after raising 6 cat girls, I still feel the need to care for them more. That's very motherly thing to say despite not having kids. Those girls are my daughters, my best friends, my pride and joy. Each one is different, eh? Each one is different, eh? I reflect on just how red she is. Even their preferences in cake all differ from girl to girl. Ta-da! Chocolate special chocolate morning star. I like it. Hmm. This is good, isn't it? So Steven and Pistol, right? They make love to one another, and once they squish and slush, they make a baby. You see? Okay, Cinnamon's the old cat out. Something the matter, Cinnamon? Nisama? Oh no, just thinking to myself. Everyone's personalities are different, but Mentor's cake brings smile to everyone's faces. That is why she has so many varieties of cakes. Then, what if she makes a cake for one person? Didn't she cook tonight's dessert for you, Nisama? Oh, you might be onto something. She made all that to present for my taste. Given that, the cake that I should be making is... I love seeing you when you're locked in your thoughts, Nisama. Haha. Nisama, are you already asleep? Oh, no, not yet. Maple told me that you have trouble sleeping recently. Yeah, I end up lost in my thoughts and when I'm by myself. But you aren't alone right now. Yeah, I know. You have me, and also Benyes-san, Fraise, and the other cat girls as well. Speaking of which, I wonder how they're all doing. Perhaps I should have employed a pet sitter after all. Nah, no need for that. They're bell-holding cat girls, so they should be the ones pet-sitting others. I haven't reached out to them out of fear of making them miss us, but why don't you give her a phone call at least? No, I believe in them. I need to do what I set out to accomplish. Besides, it's early morning in Japan right now. The girls should be sleeping. Very well. In that case, I will serve as the cat girls in their stead for the time being. Serve as them for the time being. Pernya. Shigure. Let me say this now, because I think you've got the wrong ID. I don't really sleep together with any of the girls. Chocolate and Vanilla sleep in their own room, and the others go home after the workday. After work every day, right? Huh? But they are companions, right? Are they not? Well, yeah, but 6 of them, no less. Yes. And you're telling me you wouldn't share a bed with any of them? No, I mean, it's not like it's off limits, but we all just want to sleep in peace when night rolls around, right? Late night or early morning, I do not care. You would be a handful if you were a cat girl. Well, I wish I was a cat girl. You're you, Shigure. You're my precious little sister. True, if I were a cat girl, then I wouldn't be your sibling. Maybe you could be a cat boy instead. Yeah, you better hurry to sleep. I'm sure fatigue is kicking in. Nisama, you're not going to do anything? Act now for a limited time offer. Act now for a limited time offer as a cat girl substitute. The seasonal Nisama Appreciation Festival is underway. You know? That's only making me worry. If you can't promise me that you'll be rational and keep some self-control, I'm chucking you out of bed right now. Apologies, I swear, I will do not anything bad. Alright, like I said, we're gonna get up early tomorrow, so let's get some shut-eye. Hi. Hello. Hmm? Good night. And pleasant dreams, Nisama. Night, Shigure. I left my house late yesterday night and boarded a rocky train to the airport. From there, I had a long flight. After a short nap on the plane, I landed in France. Met Shigure and grabbed breakfast with her. Then I worked in the original La Soleil for the first time in ages. Capping things off, the final item for her dinner ended up being my exact ideal flavor. It was one of my mentor's cakes. Feel like I got the grasp on something by speaking with her. After all, this time stagnating and processing ever so slightly. I can feel it. At the very least, I feel like a few chains that have been constricting my heart are starting to drop off. My exhaustion and relief caused me to slip into deep slumber. Eh? Can't sleep. And I think of how Nisana is sleeping right next to me. But I promised I would only watch. Only watching is good enough for me. Ah, Nisama. Alright, you can do it, Chocolate. You're lovely when you're sleep talking, Nisama. Good girl, good girl. Nisama's hand is going over my head. Good job there, Chocolate. If you so desire, I will be chocolate for you. Oh, you too, Vanilla. You did great. Good girl. If you're going to pet me that much, then I'll be your Vanilla too. What? You want head pets too, Azuki? Good girl. Nice. Azuki. Husky. Yeah, you too, Coconut. Nisama, you're too high. You're petting the air. Maple and Cinnamon get a turn too, yes? Yeah. Maple, Cinnamon too. Good girls. Good job. You're going to hug. Going in for a hug. My head is being petted so much. So many pets. So many pets. Uh-huh. Minna, you all. It's so good. So good. This is uncomfortable. This is bad. I mean, it's not, but you can't touch there. Or Nishima. Oh no. What's the matter, Shoko? You want more? You want some more? This is the day I die. Today is the day of my demise. Is this the day I die? The day of my demise? Ah, father, mother. The little Shigure. Shigure is about to die from a cuddle overload. Okay, it was just wholesome. Was al say so. Slept great, man. I can't remember the last time I've conked out like that. Feels like a fog in my mind's been lifted completely. Shigure, did you manage to manage to sleep well? What happened? Eh? Oh, Nisama? Oh, what happened, Shigure? Did you catch a cold? I'll be fine. You were just too much to handle. I don't think I did anything to you, but you didn't do anything, did you? No, not a thing. I did not lay a finger upon you. In any case, why don't you hop in? In any case, why don't you hop into the shower? You're dripping with sweat, and the sheets are soaking wet. I'm glad it was only sweating I'm not gonna say that. Your nose is bleeding? Shigure rises up, fixes her disheveled pajamas, and staggers her way to the shower room. What the hell happened? Oh. Oh. I still can't read that. I wish I could. Yes, my head is much clearer now. I feel as though the world changed colors and all of creation shined radiantly, and I emerged, reborn. Of course, I'm just fine, Fresa. By the way, Benyasyan-san, there is something I would like to ask you. But then I'll come too. I think that the roles are reversed here, but if Mentor says so, there must be some meaning behind it. Alright, okay, Fraser, let's start by sweeping the outside. She's too cute. The two of us work in silence, cleaning up the outside of the shop and setting up the sandwich board. What's wrong? It's a tad heavy, then again, if it were any lighter... If it were any lighter, the wind would knock it down. Have you always worked solo, Fresa? It's been a while in this line of work. I've been in this line of work a while longer, but you're way more diligent than I'll ever be. Really?
時々ぼーっとしてますけど
Ugh.
今の歌唱さんは悩んでいて考えなくちゃいけないことがいっぱいあるんでしょうね。パティシエールから少しだけ事情を聞きました。
Yeah, but that's still no reason to space out in the middle of work.
その分は私が働きます。
I'm not sure what I would say. I feel somewhere between apologetic and pathetic. Of course, I'm more grateful than anything, but that goes without
歌
saying.
唱さんはケーキ作りに一生懸命です。だから私は応援したいんです。私もケーキが大好きです。パティシエールの作るケーキは幸せな気持ちになりますから。
Yeah, same here. Suddenly, I remember something. Hey, what's the matter?
私お手伝いしたいのに手が届かなくて。
Ah, yeah. Not really an issue I can solve. I guess that the kitten isn't tall enough for kitchen work. Don't worry. Cat girls get big and tall fast. Have some cake and cheer up, okay? Plus, you're in luck. This is where the patissiere who can make the world's tastiest cakes work.
私ケーキ好き。
Oh, you do? I love cake myself. That's why I'm training here.
修行？
Yeah, I'm having her teach me how to make cakes. Though I'm still not good enough to make anything to brag about. Have some, if you'd like. I tried to make some macaron la fraise for you.
フレーズの？
That's right. Fraise is French for strawberry. Nom.
おいしい。
Really?
おいしい。ありがとう、お兄さん。
I don't know for how long you're gonna be here, but if it's okay with you, why don't you try helping out around the shop? If you do, you'll be able to deliver the tastiness to everyone else. Appreciate it. I'm not gonna be here for much longer after all.
どうしましたか？
Oh no, just a little trip down memory lane. Actually, I lived together with you, Fraise, albeit just for a short while. You were a super small kitten back then, and it was a really short time, so I don't think you remember. You've been smart ever since you were a kid.
あの
Mm-hmm.
実は覚えています。歌唱さんがここに住んでいたこと。
Huh? Wait, you do?
すみません。会った時に気づいたんですけれど。
Dang, you should have told me.
歌唱さんには何か大切な用事があるようですし、覚えてるだけですから。
I see. Now that she mentions it, we only interacted a little when she was still a kitten. It was so minor that even I forgot about it up until I met her. But then again, I appreciate that you do remember. Nice to meet you again, Fraise.
はい、歌唱さん。
I start wiping down the windows. I can feel her staring at me intermittently. We have a little break between the lunch and dinner time periods. A late lunch break. I volunteered to prepare the food. Nisama, your cooking was extremely delectable. I don't inquire for details, but I assume my mentor has stayed in Japan in the past. She held the chopsticks perfectly and even knew how to hold her soup bowl. Here's dessert. Since you all wanted Japanese food, I made this one fit for the theme. Chamombrang? Oh. Zoop. This is wonderful, Nisama. Midori Ocha Mont Blanc. Oh, green Mont Blanc. Does it strike you as odd? I also made these if you'd like. Yes, I had a little trip down memory lane, so I figured I would try making them again. Wow, they're adorable, Nisama. Thank you so much. What's the matter, Fraise? What's the matter? Eh? It would have made it right away if you'd just asked. You must have thought you would be a bother if you asked, right? Oh. If memory serves, a cat girl picks a name when they're 3 months old. So that's when she came here, huh? It's fine, Fraise. You don't need to contain yourself so badly. Nisama understands. Yeah, of course. Thank you for remembering, Fraise. Also, I appreciate you helping out Mentor in such a big ways as well. Sorry, by the time you came, I had already scheduled to go back home. I'm just as surprised. You got so big, I almost didn't recognize you. You sure did. Isn't that right, Mentor? Frese, I'm so glad for you.
お兄さん
Yeah?
また昔みたいにお兄さんと呼んでもいいですか
Of course. Anyone who appreciates Nisama is a friend of mine, Frese.
はい私しぐれさんほどじゃないと思いますけど
Ugh. Sorry about that. You needn't be so reserved. Come now, be honest with yourself.
本当にそういうのじゃないですから
If you act now, then I will throw in a sleeping Nisama bromide as a special gift.
何ですか寝顔って
Hey, Shigure. Today's lunch break ends up a little longer than usual.
大変ですお兄さん外に行列が
Oh, we've got even more customers than we did yesterday. It's looking a lot like Christmas over here. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This shop's always been a popular spot among those who in the know, but the social media presence seems to have sparked a bigger flame. Oh, don't talk like you didn't start it. My apologies. I never thought it would prove this effective.
しぐれさんやりすぎだと思います
What are you even saying, Frasa? The only cause here. You've become the hot topic yourself. Look, right there. Shiguro holds out her cell phone to reveal a line of comments praising Fresa. There are even customers stating they're explicitly coming to see her, most likely standing in that line outside the shop.
無理です私そういうのは目立つのは苦手なんです
Everyone's like that at first. You come to like it in time.
しぐれさんみたいになったら困ります
Fresa? Shigure, Fresa, save the chit chat for later. Get working so we don't keep these customers waiting. Right.
わかりましたお兄さん頑張ります
申し訳ないわね。もう材料がないのよ。
Guess we'll have to close up the shop for today then. It turned more into a photo session toward the end.
カメラ怖いです
Don't worry, you'll gradually come to like it.
ちょっと疲れたから休ませてもらうわ。
Thank you for the fine service, Mentor. I will take care of cleaning up. So will I.
あとは任せてくださいパティシエール
ありがとうみんな。
Alright, I'll clean up the kitchen. I'll leave the counter and storefront to you
わか
guys.
りました
Understood. As I clean, Fres addresses Shigure.
あの
Yes, what is it?
昼は気持ちが盛り上がってしまってあんなことを言ってしまったのですが
Blurted what
翔
out?
さんにまたお兄さんと呼んでもいいですかなん
You're absolutely adorable when you want love and attention.
そうじゃなくてしぐれさんは本当の妹ですからしかもちょっと普通じゃないくらい好きみたいですし
If you're asking me if I love or hate Nisama, then I absolutely love him.
そうですよねそれなのに私がお兄さんなんて呼んだら
Huh? Why would I?
だって
Perhaps you absolutely love Ben-Yassan's cakes, don't you?
もちろんです。
What about when you hear a customer say, I love the cakes from the shop? Doesn't that make you happy?
思います。嬉しいです。
It's the same principle. I'm happy to be able to share the splendor of my older brother. I love Nisama, but I also love cat girls. That is why I want you to support you in how you feel.
応援って。
Mhm. More importantly, Nisama seems to love cat girls
そ
himself.
ういえば、しぐれさんの家には猫が6匹もいますよね。
Indeed. And they're all Nisama's companions. I said, all 6 are his companions.
そんなこといいんでしょうか。
Everyone shares in each other's love.
そうですよね。そういう問題じゃない気がするんですが。
Nisama treats all of them with equal amounts of care. I'm sure he treats you the same.
再会したばかりだし、よくわからないです。子猫の頃は好きだったと思うんですが。
Hey, hey, Fres, why don't you try coming to Japan?
私、このお店が好きです。パティシエールの作るケーキと、それを喜んでくれるお客さんの笑顔が好きです。私にとってここが世界で一番大切な場所なんです。
And I'd like to support that, Eddie.
ありがとう、しぐれさん。いつかしぐれさんの国へ、お兄さんのお店へ行ってみたいです。
Yes, one day, by all means do. Wow, another lovely spread. We have dinner at a little earlier than usual. In follow-up to last night, Mentor treats us to her home cooking.
食事を楽しんでちょうだい。
I will.
パティシエールの作る料理はどれも美味しいですが、お兄さんとしぐれさんがいるときは特別ですね。
つい張り切ってしまうわね。
Thank you very much. Just like last night, we have a spectacular dinner. After the meal, cups of coffee line the table.
今日は大盛況だったわね。
本当にそうです。あんなにお客さんが来るなんて。
I really think the PR played a part, but I think that the reason why so many people showed up was because your cakes have a stellar reputation. That's absolutely right. The shop is becoming the hot topic led by to a majority of the people looking for into information, which led to a lot of rave reviews. It's synergy. Personally, I'm glad that a lot of people know about your incredible cakes, Mentor.
明日もこの調子だとちょっと大変かもしれません。
今日が特別だったのよ、きっと。今日みたいな行列は明日はないと思うわ。
そうですよね。明日はまたパティシエールと私だけになりますから。
We both have plans to depart tonight. There's a 7-hour time difference between France and Japan, so we need to leave by then in order to make it back home when I promised. In the end, I still don't know what I'm missing. I feel a lot better mentally though.
箇所まだ悩んでいるのかしら。
Oh, my apologies. No, that's not true. Well, I'm just still lost on what my father meant by a core. But after coming here and helping in the shop, I remembered something. I really do want to make cakes that bring smiles to everyone's faces. Mentor, your cakes are so good and have such gentle flavor that they bring smiles to people's faces.
ありがとう。そう言ってもらえて嬉しいわ。
It's sort of like I've been thinking of so. It's sort of like I've been thinking of so much, I lost sight of my initial focus. I may have said that that was my goal, but I was trapped by something else. Surprisingly, that simple answer might have been what my dad was driving
前
at.
にも言った通り、歌唱のお父さんの真意はわからないけれど、私はあなたのことを応援しているわ。
Thank you so much. Speaking of which, I've talked about my reason for cake making plenty of times, but you've never talked about yours, have you, Mentor?
そうね。
Well, when I asked you in the past, I remembered you answered, I make cakes because I'm a pâtissière, but...
そうだったかしら。
In that case, what about your reason for being a pâtissière in the first place? Huh?
この店は私の祖母の代からのもので、ずっとケーキを作ってきたの。歌唱の家ほどではないけれど、守るべき伝統があると思っているわ。
Tradition. Huh? I did say that my family owned a Japanese pastry shop, but I never mentioned that they had a history. I became her apprentice to learn Western pastry making, so I avoided mentioning my parents owning a long-standing Japanese pastry shop to make things simpler.
それは。
My apologies, Nisama. I told her this morning. Huh? I thought she needed to know about your situation, so I did something rather intrusive. Yeah, no, it's all good. I wasn't trying to keep it a secret.
しぐれから事情を聞いたのよ。
So that's how you know. I'm sorry for cutting you off. You were saying something about tradition of La Soleil.
そうね。と言っても、私が受け継いだのは味だけで、店の看板はなくなってしまったのだけれど。
Is that so?
ええ。いろいろと事情があって。
In that case, was your reason for making pastries to uphold the flavor from your grandmother's generation?
そういうことに。いいえ。違うわね。私が今も洋菓子を作っているのは、きっと未練。
Regret?
パティシエール。
Judging from Freya's behavior, she seems to know the reason behind Mentor saying that.
私がお菓子を作り続ける理由は、それは昔置き去りにしてしまった息子のためなのよ。
I recall hearing that you had a son, but I never...
ええ。私が若かった頃、私は日本に渡り、日本人の男性と知り合った。
Plot twist.
私たちは結婚して、息子が生まれて、しばらくは3人で暮らしていたの。その頃にね、私の作ったお菓子がみんなを笑顔にすると息子が言ったのよ。息子が、ママはお日様みたいだねと言ってくれた。この店の名前をラ・ソレイユにしたのは、その言葉があってのことなの。
I see. So that's why It fills me with joy to finally find out the origin behind the name La Soleil. However, this story doesn't seem to be leading toward a happy ever after. You loved your son, you loved your family, yes?
ええ、それはもう。でも、私は日本を去らなければならなくなったの。この店を継ぐ予定だった兄が創生してしまって。
Oh?
お兄さんが。
私には旦那と息子という大切な家族があったけれども、この家も大切だったわ。祖父母と両親と兄と暮らしたいっぱいの思い出が詰まっていたから、私は年老いた両親を放っておけなかった。息子を置き去りにして、夫は許してくれたわ。むしろ応援してくれた。けれど幼かった子供がどんな思いをしたか。たくさんの借金があったから、いくつかあった店舗のうちここ以外は人手に渡ってしまったの。もともとの店の名前も一緒にね。
Oh, so that's why what you meant by inheriting the flavor but losing the title.
ええ、店を再開するにしても店名は変える必要があったの。だから息子の言葉からラ・ソレイユにしたわ。
I can't believe that's what happened.
あの頃の私はまだ若くて賢明ではなかったわね。失った後に何が一番大切だったのか。
家族が一番だったのですか？
そうね。私にとってのお菓子は息子が笑顔になってくれるものだった。私が作っているお菓子は幼い息子が美味しいと褒めてくれた味なのよ。今も作り続けているのはいつかまた息子が食べて喜んでくれるかもしれないと思って、そういう未練なのよ。
Where is your family now? I lodged here with Mentor's permission and helped in the shop each day, but I don't remember a single phone call, package or message from anyone even resembling family.
共通の知人から聞いたわ。息子は元気にしているとも聞いたけれど、幼い日に置き去りにした母親ではね。
でももう一度会いたいんですよね。
それは。
I'm certain that your son would love to see you as well.
今はどうかしら。
He's right. He's forgone contact this whole time. He didn't invite her to his dad's funeral either. In which case, her son must feel... even so, there's probably some reason for his silence. If you haven't confirmed why, then there just has to be.
子供なら母親に会いたいと思ってます。きっと一緒にいたいと思ってます。
そうなのかもしれないわね。でもあの時私はそんな当たり前の子供の気持ちを汲んであげることができなかった。愛する息子の気持ちを彼の身になって考えてあげることができなかったのよ。母親として当たり前のことをしてあげることが私にはできなかった。そんな私が今さら会いたいだなんて、息子にとっては迷惑でしょ。
You wouldn't. I'm sure your son wouldn't.
そうですよ、パティシエール。
I can't begin to imagine how her son must feel considering I've never met him. What if it were me? I'd want to reunite with my mother if she left me behind and went off overseas when I was... Would I want to reunite with my mother if she left me behind and went off overseas when I was a little kid? Or would I say it's too late and refuse entertaining the idea?
息子ももう子供ではないから今になって私と会っても困るでしょ。あの時はもう戻ってこない。若かった私も幼かった息子も年を取ってからようやく息子の気持ちを考えることができるようになったなんてね。
Considering his feelings. No matter how old you get, I would want to... How old I get, I would want to meet my mother.
年なんて関係ないと思います、パティシエール。
Well, I couldn't consider what you did at the time as a mistake. I mean, if you had remained in Japan and hadn't resumed business as a pâtissière here, I would have never encountered such wonderful Western pastries.
そういう考え方もあるわね。
私もです。パティシエールがいなかったら今頃は。
そうね。フレーズには出会えなかったかもしれない。
I wouldn't consider such a wonderful shop, such as this, a failure either. After all, the huge crowd of people that had smiles on their faces, did they not? Had smiles on their faces, did they not? I don't think what you did in the past was a mistake, but I do think in the fact that you couldn't take your song's feelings into consideration at the time. Still, if your son is an adult now, I'm pretty sure that he is considering how you must have felt too.
それは私にとって都合のいい空想ではなくて。
Perhaps, but nothing is certain, which is why I think you should give your son a visit. I apologize for speaking outside my boundaries.
私もお兄さんと同じように思います、パティシエール。
私のことを思いやってくれてありがとう。もうすっかり終わったことだと諦めていたけれど、もう一度考えてみるわね。
Forgive me, mentor. I didn't mean to make you tell such a sad tale.
いいえ、いつかは話しておいた方がいいと思っていたから、あなたは道を間違えないと思うわ。歌唱。
Me? On the right path? Well, I'd certainly like to think so. Manta regrets the fact that she was separated from her family. I left my house voluntarily and became estranged to my parents. Ever since that verbal spat I had on my mom's birthday, I hadn't gone into contact with them even once. I'd say it definitely feels as though I'm on the wrong path, but...
今の歌唱にはパティシエとしての実力だけじゃなく、とても大切なものが身についているもの。
Huh? Right now? Do you mean I didn't have something... do you mean I didn't have something in the past?
そうね。ここで働いていた頃には欠けていたかもしれないわね。きっとあなたの周りにいる方々によって。
Those I keep around me. I stared at Shigure. And I started to think about the girls.
今のあなたにならきっとできるわ。気をつけて帰りなさい、歌唱。
Yes, of course.
しぐれ、来てくれて本当に嬉しかったわ。
As am I. It was an invaluable experience that I thoroughly enjoyed.
お兄さん、いろいろとありがとうございました。
I should be the one thanking you for your hospitality, Frese.
また来てくれますか？
Sure will. Next time I come, I won't be coming for counseling, and I'll be able to make even tastier cakes by then. And I'll come back to let you try them.
楽しみにしています、お兄さん。
Mentor, I really appreciate everything.
私は何もしていないわ。でも、いくらかマシな顔になったわね。
Do I? I can't really tell, but perhaps you're right. I do feel somewhat more refreshed. I felt weirdly pressured before, but now I think I've gotten more of an idea of how I want to do it. What I want to do. Or maybe I should say what I need to do is clearer now.
そう、よかったわ。
結局お兄さんは何を見つけたのですか？
It's hard to describe in words, but I guess you could say that I found what the words putting smiles on people's faces really means.
言葉の意味ですか？よくわからないんですが、きっと大切なものなのですね。
Yeah, I think so at least. Friends, I appreciate all you have done.
私こそとても勉強になりました。一緒に働けて楽しかったです。カメラはちょっと慣れそうにないのですが。
Eh? I know it's not. I know it's not much, but please take this.
何でしょうか？
A present from me to you. Frase takes the envelope and checks its the contents. Inside the envelope is a travel voucher.
これって。
Please stop by La Soleil in Japan one day when you have time away from the shop. The both of you, if you can spare the time.
ぜひ行かせてください。
そうね。気持ちが固まったらいつか。
Okay, I'm sure they'll be pleased. I'm sure of it. When did you have time to get a travel voucher, Shigure? Hehe? Preparation is the key to success, Nisama. How did she do that even if she was with me ever since I stepped foot in France? She's a woman of action, as always. It's about time, Mentor. Please take care. I'll be back.
ありがとう、カショ。あなたこそ無理しすぎないように。周りに心配をかけてはダメよ。
Right. Duly noted. Benya-san, thank you for your hospitality.
しぐれもまた来てくれるかしら？
Yes, absolutely. I promise you. I'll be back.
楽しみにしているわ。
Yes, I'll be back. Sama. To eat your cake.
ありがとう、しぐれ。
Vanessa was sure was a wonderful cat girl. She sure was. I wish she would come to Japan. I can't imagine my mentor closing the shop for an extended period of time, but yeah, it'd be nice if they could come for even a few days. She would get along well with our cat girls. Yeah, Vanessa is a great cat girl. The two of us walk and chat about cat girls. Ugh, sure got cold. Sure that. You should be more careful not to catch a cold, Nisama. I should be the one telling you that. By the way, a little late asking now, but I assume you have a return ticket? I wouldn't think Shigure of all people would make an oversight like that, but I ask regardless. Of course I do, Nisama. I wouldn't inconvenience you like that. I booked the same flight. How did you search for my flight in Ternary? You're away from the shop for 3 days. If you were planning on staying in France for as long as possible, then your schedule would be limited. And since Christmas is around the corner, there weren't many flights you could possibly book. So it was a simple deduction, Nisama. Simple, eh? Shigure pulls her rather big carry-on case. Looks pretty heavy. This was a 2-night trip by plane, which means it was roughly 1 night stay. You're packing quite a load for such a short time. The girl needs many tools to keep up her appearances. Also, I couldn't just use the same shoes and underwear for this dress and kimono. I also need loungewear as well. And I didn't research on how to use French luggage delivery service. I wouldn't put too much faith in getting your luggage delivered to the airport in France. Oh, is that so? Coming from personal experience, you're pretty much leaving it to chance. Well, that sounds no good. It's a short walk to the bus stop, or rather, it's not far enough to justify taking a cab. Shigure, I can take that from you if it's too much. So, just ask before you break your back, okay? Oh! Nisama, I think you've changed a bit. Huh? Looking out for my little sister carrying such a heavy luggage isn't something new for me, isn't it? I don't think I've ever been that heartless before. Actually, I just might dote a little too much. Yes, past and present, you've always been a kind and wonderful person. But in the past, I feel as though you wouldn't wait for me to say anything, and you would just say, "Hey, that looks heavy. I'll take it from your hands." Oh, would I? That being the case, it's an extremely kind gesture, and I would appreciate it. However, you seem to let me make the decision for myself now. I just said what I said, because it felt natural. You probably don't realize it yourself, since it's a minor change. If I weren't such a Nisama fanatic, I would have overlooked it myself. Sure. Not sure how I feel about my sister being able to pick up something on something about me better than, well, me. I'm sure that the past few days alone haven't changed you, but rather the culmination of the days leading up until now have. I don't think I really changed any, but maybe I did, if you say so. The days I spent with the girls, my mentor's words, all those things have probably helped shape the person I am now. Well, Mentor was willing to share that much of her story with me. I could learn a thing or two myself. Were you able to learn anything? Yeah, I think. I tried thinking of my own reason for pastry making. Huh? Putting smiles on people's faces? Yeah, I'm starting to think those were just words. No way they were just words. No, I mean, the real reason, deep in my heart, I tried giving my own feelings some deep thought. Ultimately, I just want my dad to approve of me. A little too old to be going through my rebellious teenager phase, I know. I'm pretty sure I'm being egotistical and trying to seek approval. Sorry, Shigure, did I shatter your illusion of me? Is that your reason for making pastries, Nisama? If it wasn't, I wouldn't be this broken about my dad disapproving of me. That could very well play a part in it, yes. But I don't remember you butting heads with father when you first started making Western sweets. Well, that's true, but I definitely felt frustrated after having him boss me around. I couldn't find it in me to comply, so I went to study abroad in France. If you just wanted father's approval, then I wouldn't think you need to bake cakes to please the girls. No, that was just... I do think you're trying your best for customers' approval is natural, so... As long as you operate a business. Yeah. But you're not making pastries just to rebel. That much I know well. The smile on your face when you make the girls happy. What part of that has to do with rebelling against your father? If you say that the part of you wants father's approval, then I'm sure you do. But I have no doubt that you're also doing it because you want to make sweets that put smiles on people's faces. Hey, Sharina. Homework, yes, I know that feeling. It's, going alright. My throat isn't dead yet. Both represent you. I love those parts of you, Nisama. Love all of you. All of me. Benye's son said, Mommy, you're just like the sun, right? Well, to me, you are my son. A wonderful person who brings smiles to people's faces. Thank you. You're right. I'm allowed to feel more than one way. But at the same time, I can't deny that I want to make sweets that put smiles on people's faces. I have a feeling that trying to ignore that unseemly desire was throwing me off balance. Yeah. That could very well be the case. Thanks, Shigure. I feel like I can move forward a little bit more now. Nisama, I'm humbled. Where it all began. Phew, it sure got late. That it did. I thought that we could make it back in time for dinner. My plane landed somewhat late, so I end up home around nighttime. Figuring that the cat girls would be at the shop, Shigure comes to me with La Soleil instead of the Minaduki house. Yeah, I guess the trek over was asking a lot. Plus, we did so much work on our feet overseas. I'm perfectly fine. You needn't worry about Nisama. Shigure gives a firm smile, but she can't hide her exhaustion. You can rest up at my house. You can also stay over and go back home tomorrow if you want. Stay over? Yeah, you'll be with the cat girls. But letting you go back so late at night doesn't sit right. That being said, I don't have the leisure to drop her off at home either. I'm going to be super busy starting bright and early tomorrow. Ah, what a turn of events! To think that I would be in the same bed as Nisama once more. As if. I'd be using the sofa in the living room, so don't worry. I used to sleep there whenever Chocolat and Vanilla took over my bed after all. Kind of takes me down memory lane. But it was at the start of spring, right? It's the middle of winter now, Nisama. Well, I'll just use my coat as a blanket. I would rather you not catch a cold, Nisama. We share a back and forth, and the two of us head into La Soleil. Tadaima! We have returned! Oh. Master! Onithan! Onithan! The cat girls come running towards us. Eh? Master! Welcome back, Oni-san! Whoa. I hadn't guessed they'd all be lumping me. Okay. It is time to turn up the volume. I know. I already have a tough job enough voicing Kasho. Welcome back, Master. Read the room, Cinnamon. Sorry about all that, guys. Everything is fine going forward. Huh? Is it written on my face? Aw, shucks. Oh, by the way, how's the shop been faring? Pouting Maple. Oh. Well, you've got my thanks, regardless. Thank you, Vanilla. I missed you as well. Oh, sorry. I wasn't able to buy anything overseas. Yeah, I didn't have time to buy souvenirs while in France. And none of the gift shops in the airport in Japan were open either.
らはご主人様が無事に帰ってきただけで十分ですよ。がっかりしてませんよ。がっかりしてるショコラもかわいい。がっかりしてにゃいよ。もうフランスのラ・ソレイユで出している茶葉ぐらいは買ってきてくれてもいいのに。
Yeah, that doesn't pass through international law
買ってきてはいません。
of import.
銘柄はメモしておきました。日本からでも購入できるはずです。さすがね、しぐれ。気が利くわ。
Feel more ashamed by the minute. Sorry, my cakes will be even better than before. So cut me some slack, okay?
お兄ちゃんの前より美味しいケーキか。あんたなんて音。なっちゃん、ちょっと怖いよ。だってまだ晩ご飯を食べてないから。
Huh? You haven't?
おめえらがなかなか帰ってこねえからだぞ。すぐ用意しますね。あ、それならショコラたちが。僕たちで用意したよ。
Eh?
ドーン。すごいじゃありませんか。
Wow. Yeah, this really is. You guys cooked all of this?
数日でも日本を離れていたなら、こういう食事が恋しいんじゃないかってシナモンが。作ろうって言い出したの姉ちゃんですよね。そうだったかしら。まあ何でもいいから食おうぜ。食べよう。もうお腹減っちゃって。テーブルの上のものお皿まで食べられそう。ココちゃん待って、落ち着いて。
Stay.
ではいただきましょう。
Yes, we shall.
いただきます。
Time to eat. Why? Miso soup and white rice is. This extremely simple dish tastes better than usual.
たった数日離れただけでこんなに懐かしく感じるものなんですね。
You guys really put in consideration for us. Considering someone else's feelings from their perspective, it sounds natural, but it's actually pretty hard. I say that I want to put smiles on everyone's faces, but in the end I was only after chasing my mentor's flavor. I was only chasing after the flavor that put smiles on people's faces. I thought that if I could replicate my mentor's flavor, then I could put smiles on their faces.
それらは違うことなの？
It means that alone isn't good enough. The issue is how you represent that flavor.
大
But
丈夫ですか、ご主人様。ご主人、また悩んでる？
I'm fine. I'm thinking, but I'm not lost anymore. There's something I want to tell you all.
ご主人。なんだ？なんでしょうね。ドキドキ。
I want to apologize for making you all worry about me. I'm sorry. I am so grateful for you all supporting me and La Soleil. For real. Thank you.
ショコラは好きでやってますから。ショコラを手伝っているだけ。僕もお兄ちゃんのお手伝い楽しいよ。歌唱さんのお役に立てているなら嬉しいです。 なんなのよ、急に改まって。
店傾きか？
No, I'm not. I just reminded that all of you... I just got reminded all of you have been supporting me this whole time. And the one who taught me that wasn't just my mentor. Chocolate, vanilla, ASCII, coconut, maple, cinnamon. You've all taught me so much and supported me all the way.
それならショコラたちだって。ショコラたちは家族のために頑張ることの素晴らしさをご主人様に教えてもらいました。ご主人がいっぱいご褒美をくれた。
As objective as ever, Vanilla.
僕は自分の気持ちに素直になることを教えてもらったよ。そうだよね、お姉ちゃん。まあ私はもともと素直だけどな。歌唱さんは夢を叶える幸せを教えてくれました。そうね、歌唱がいなければ私は。
Damn it. No.
兄様が好きなんですよ。だから頑張れるんです。
Thanks. You too, Shigure. I really appreciate you.
大ないお言葉です、兄様。
I bow my head. I look forward to working with all of you. I plan on doing better myself.
ご主人様のためならショコラもっと頑張ります。ご主人、頑張。応援するよ、お兄ちゃん。私は好きで手伝ってるだけだし。歌唱さんを好きだからやってることですよね。パティスリーの仕事が好きって意味よ。
I'm encircled by smiles, encouraged from all directions. It makes me realize that everything I've done wasn't for nothing. Thanks to the cat girls, I have confidence and hope to hold on to.
みんなこんなにも立派になってほろり。感謝はいいんだけどよ、具体的にどうすんだ？小豆は情緒がない。
I don't want to hear that from you, Vanilla.
なんで情緒で飯が食えるか。
Well, to be exact, I'm going to make even better cakes. That's all. I was lost in my head, but that was the start and end point.
おいおい、大丈夫なのか？何も変わってねえぞ。
I'm sorry. It may look like that way on the outside, but on the inside, I'm totally different. Besides, I've got a firm image of what I want in my mind.
楽しみです。早く食べてみたいな。
Give me a little time. I'll have them in time for Christmas.
邪魔はしないわ。手伝えることがあれば言ってちょうだい。ショコラも手伝います。
Thanks, guys. I'll ask if I need it.
そういえば、何？歌唱さんのお父さんが作ってくれた生クリームなんですけれど。シナも気になることでも？歌唱さんのケーキを食べたこともないのによく似た味で、しかもより美味しいものを作れるなんて、そんなことあるんでしょうか？それは、
I wonder about that. I had a feeling again when I had a taste back in France. But the whipped cream that my father made really did resemble my ideal flavor. My mentor's flavor.
お父様、
こっそりお兄ちゃんのケーキを食べてたんじゃないかな。
あの親父さんがか？そりゃねえだろ。食べるくらいコソコソする理由がねっての。
そういえばしぐれちゃんはよくご主人様のケーキを持ち帰ってるよね。一つなくなってたりしない？そのような無作法が水無月家で起きたことはありません。
しぐれが親父さんに用意したことあるけど断られてたもんな。
どうしてかな。絶対に美味しいのにな。
My dad is just straight up.
兄様、きっと何か理由があるはずです。だって
If this was before my trip overseas, I might have gotten down on myself again and recited positive words, despite still being stuck in a negative mindset. But now, things are different. Everything's okay now. Whatever his reasoning is, it doesn't change what I am capable of. I can speculate all I want, but I'm not going to get it anywhere with what ifs. Even my dad thinks that my ideal vision of flavor is good. That means I just have to give it my all to overtake him. Right now, I have a solid vision of my ideal flavor, and it's different from before. I'm going to try to make cakes that'll put smiles on everyone's faces in my own style. Dun 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 dun.
Nekopara.
But Fresh is gone.
いらっしゃいませ。ノエルのラストレイユへようこそ。
Noel. The night of Christmas Eve. Vanilla explains the cakes to the
クリ
customers.
スマスといえばビュッシュ・ド・ノエル、クリスマスの木という意味。どうしてクリスマスに木を模したケーキを食べるのかはわからない。
Cake that looks like a log.
わからないの？諸説ある。遊んでないで、これ3番テーブルに運んでちょうだい。わかりました。了解。
はいよ、ホワイトロールケーキいっちゃおう。
Aski brings over a tray lined with
ラー
cakes.
メン屋じゃないんだから、もっと上品に振る舞いなさいよね、あずき。
んだとこら、やんのカップルめ。
Coconut returns from her delivery.
お姉ちゃん、クリスマスに喧嘩しちゃダメだよ。
わかってんよ。
なっちゃん、お疲れ様。外寒いでしょ？
平気だよ。走ってると結構あったかいし、汗かいちゃうくらい。
汗をかいたなら下着は変えなさいね。風邪をひくわよ。
わかった。ありがとう、メープル。
The shop is more lively by leaps and bounds than it normally has ever been. We're busier than I could have ever imagined.
もうケーキがなくなりそうよ。
Well, I made way more than usual, but
主人、予約分ほとんどお迎えが来た。あと一つ。
oh, that a fact? Here's hoping that the last person comes soon. Even though you pay in advance, it's still worrying if a person can't come to pick up the cakes they special ordered.
箇所？肝心のケーキは完成したの？
Yep, we're good.
その様子だと手応えはあるみたいね。
I'm not so sure about that, but I've done all I can. Of course, I think it's going to taste great, but I think it'll be surprising and fun.
一体どんなケーキを？めいちゃん、ご注文。はーい。箇所も動いて動いて。
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. The Christmas party at the Munediki house is in the back of my mind, but first things first. Rasolai has a war that it has to weather.
こんばんは。
お客さん。Ah, welcome.
おじさん、お久しぶりです。
Eh? Now take a better look. This girl is a cat girl? I feel like I've met her somewhere before, though.
ああ、猫のお姉ちゃんたちもお久です。
Oh, it's a tomboy. Oh no.
ミルクちゃん。
Milk? A tiny kitten?
こんにちは。たこ焼き屋のミルクです。お姉ちゃんも猫のお姉ちゃんなんだね。私と一緒だ。元気？健康？はつらつ？
How's it going? How's it hanging? What the haps?
元気だよ、お姉ちゃん。私もご主人様も。
Boy, you sure got big. I barely recognized you. Therese was the same way, but kittens grow up so fast they end up looking completely different.
ありがとうございます。あ、ココナッツお姉ちゃん。
ああ、ミルクちゃん。
お久しぶりです。コロコロ、にゃんにゃん。
Coconut saved milk from almost being run over by a car in the past. Sees that Milk has taken a big liking to her because of that.
誰？わあ、本当に猫のお姉ちゃんがいっぱいだ。こんばんは。たこ焼き屋のミルクです。たこ焼き屋？いらっしゃいませ。ご予約のお客様ですよね。はい。私が予約を受け付けたんですよ。
Cinnamon comes back with the Christmas cake. 2 shortcakes, possibly for Milk and a mistress.
こちらでよろしかったですか？うん。クリスマスにケーキだにゃん。今日はお使い？ご主人は？ご主人様はまだたこ焼きを売ってますよ。クリスマスはお客さんが多いんだって。
I guess Christmas night is special for takoyaki stalls too. I see. Hey, hang tight for a second. I take a short trip to the kitchen. For getting along so well with everyone else, consider it my Christmas present to you. I place edible Santa-shaped decorations on the shortcakes.
かわいい。素敵。ありがとう、おじさん。
Mr. makes me feel really old, but whatever. Merry Christmas. Say hi to your master from me too.
慌てないで帰ってね。
ミルクちゃん、車に気をつけてね。
平気。気をつけて帰ります。ありがとうね。また来るよ。メリークリスマス。にゃんにゃん。にゃんにゃん。にゃ、にゃんにゃん。
お兄ちゃん。
Well, that was a surprise.
なんだ？あの猫が気になるのか？まさか気になるのはご主人の方じゃねえだろうね。
No. I was just amazed about how fast kittens grow up, be it Milk or be it Fraise.
フレーズ？
Phrase? Oh no, my mentor's cat girl. Anyway, time for the final stretch. I hurry off toward the kitchen.
ご主人様、鍵かけ確認しました。
私も確認したから大丈夫。
Thank you, Vanilla. Right, thanks for that.
寒いですね。
クリスマスパーティー。ちょっとココナッツ、ご近所迷惑でしょ。叫んじゃダメよ。ごめんなさい。
でも気持ちはわかるよ。テンション上がっちゃうよね。
Gomena, sorry. But I understand how she oh, yeah.
絶対に余るだろってくらいケーキがあったのに、閉店前に完売しちまったな。
Yeah, I feel sort of bad for the customers.
最近の歌唱のケーキ、一層美味しくなったもんね。今夜のクリスマスのケーキも楽しみ。
ドキドキしますね。歌唱さんのお父さんは認めてくださるでしょうか。勝負あるのみです。しぐれちゃん、
どうしてここに？家で待ってるはずじゃ。
準備万端です。待ちきれずに迎えに来てしまいました。放っておくとおしゃべりばかりしていつまでも帰ってこない気がしましたし。そんなことはにゃあるかも。
Maybe true.
そうね。待たせていることだし、早く帰り。
Oh.
早く行こう。
早く。
どうかなんとか言って、クリスマスの街を歌唱と歩きたかったんじゃねえのか、しぐれ。
え。
改めてそう言われると、もちろん一緒に歩くことに喜びがないかといえば終わりです。でも大切な日にそんな。
Hey, let's go. Shigure, you don't want to make us wait for you, do you?
兄様。
But if you wanted to walk together, try coming here a little earlier next time, alright? Walking by yourself after dark can be dangerous, you know?
そうですね。気をつけます、兄様。
I look down at the box in my hands. It's the cake I've made for the for tonight's Christmas party. I wonder what Dad will say about it. I feel a strange sense of exhilaration coursing through me. Merry Meowry Christmas.
メリークリスマス。
Thank you. Oh, where did Dad go off to? Don't tell me he doesn't plan to show his face tonight.
心配しなくても町内会の飲み会に差し入れに行っているだけだから。それ帰れなくなるのでは。
Isn't that the thing he doesn't come back home
最
from?
近はそういうの無理に飲ませたり付き合わせたりするのはダメらしいから。町内会の集まりも変わってきているのですね。そうね。時代は変わるものだってお父様は言っていたわ。先に始めていましょう。賛成です、母様。
食べるぞ。
ナッツ、加減しとけよ。
慌てて食べるショコラも可愛い。
まったく仕方ないわね。もうちょっと上品に食べなさいよ。
おいしい。めいちゃん、これおいしい。
どれどれ？
なくなっちゃった。
あ
ちょっと。
おい、落ち着けプルメ。
いいわね、にぎやかで。なんだか子供がいっぱい増えたみたいだわ。
Mom, I'm sorry for ruining your birthday party.
まだ気にしていたの？
Well, that's fine if so. No, it's not
お
fine.
誕生日パーティーの料理もケーキも美味しかったもの。賑やかで楽しかったし。
Oh. Yeah, true. At any rate, I don't think it'll happen today.
歌唱もお父様も悪気はないわ。ただ一生懸命なだけでしょ。
She speaks so slow. Yeah, I think so.
大切な家族が一生懸命になっていることをどうして私が怒るものですか。今夜どんな結果になっても歌唱が頑張っていることもお父様が本気で接していることも私にとってはこれが家族なのよ。どんな形であれこういう日に家族が揃っているなんて私は嬉しいわ。
Mom. I guess this is that is one way to look at it. I find myself floored by my mother's emotional fortitude.
さすがは母様です。そのお心は海よりも広く。
Oh my god. Why is that a thing?
何言ってるの、しぐれってば。うるうる、家族か。おかみさんらしいな。まだお父様が帰ってきてないから家族が揃っているとは言えないわね。お父様ってばどうしたのかしら。なんだかんだ言ってお呼ばれしちゃってるのかしら。
そういえばしぐれが勝手にフランスに行ったことはちゃんと許してもらえたの？
置き手紙一つだったからお母さん怒ってましたよね。そうね。相談もなしに急に行っちゃうものだから心配したわ。
I was wondering what she how she
申し訳ありません
managed to do that.
でもな、歌唱が一緒だったみたいだし。
Yeah, which was a surprise to me
お土産
too.
のフィナンシェが美味しかったから許したわ。
My mother is the type that when she gets angry, her anger is deep and silent as the ocean. She forgives almost anything if you give her something tasty though.
フィナンシェ？ええ、フランスのラ・ソレイユっていうお店。
Huh? You gave her my mentor's baked goods as a souvenir?
しぐれ！実はキャリーケースに一箱しか入らなかったんです。猫たちの分は兄様が作ってくださいますよ。そうですよね。
Sure. Can I even make the same though?
お師匠様のフィナンシェはご主人様のと味が違うんですか？
I-O-U? What? A-E-I-O-U? A-E-I-O-U? It is, right down to the ingredients we use. If I were to get all the ingredients from France, we'd have some super high-class pastry prices to recoup. Also, our customers' preferences are very different by comparison. The French customers seem to be into sharp flavor, profiles and aromas. At the very least, that's the trend with customers that frequent my mentor's shop.
そうなんですね。
私 は味が濃いのも好きよ。食べてみたいです。
Well, I've made financier a few times as my mentor walked me through the process. I'll give it a try.
それも楽しみね。そうそう、しぐれに渡すものがあったわね。え、なんでしょうか。
Mother pulls out a small gift wrap box.
寝ている時に靴下の中に入れておこうかと思ったのだけれど、歌唱たちは別居しているから。ああ、クリスマスのプレゼントですか。ありがとうございます、母様。ちょっと早いかもしれないけれど、歌唱ってばまた怒って帰っちゃうかもしれないでしょ。
Damn. That's not happening today. Come on, believe me.
はい、歌唱にも。
Oh, thanks.
開けてみて。
Remove the wrapping paper and open the small box as instructed. A picture frame? It doesn't have a picture in it.
私の思い出の一枚を部屋に飾ってみたら楽しいと思うのよ。
That reminds me that my mother wanted a picture frame and she could have got her one as a birthday present. She gives the same thing to the cat girls as well.
クリスマスのプレゼントですか？
サンタさんがくれるものでは。
Oh no.
うん？
Right, about that.
私はサンタさんじゃないけれど、良い子たちにプレゼントを渡したいと思ったの。クリスマスだもの。
あ、そういうことか。なるほどです。
えらい。
まあ、そういう気分になる日よね。
そうだよね。ショコラ、どんな写真を飾る？
ご主人様の。あ、でもどの写真が。あ、ソレイユ開店記念の時の写真にする。ご主人様とバニラと3人で撮ったやつ。
いいね、グッドチョイス。私もそうする。
私はどうしようかしら。
あれがいいんじゃない？船で一緒に歌った時の。動画だけじゃなく写真も撮ってもらってたよね。
ああ、そうね。ちょっと恥ずかしい気もするけれど、あれがこの1年で私にとって一番大切な思い出だわ。
めいちゃんの一番大切な思い出に私も写って。
え？自分だけ写ってる写真なんだけど。
Harsh.
僕の一番の思い出か。お兄ちゃんに助けてもらった時の写真ってあるかな？
あるわけねえだろ。あんなど修羅場で悠長に写真を撮ってる場合だったかよ。
僕には思い出の一枚なんて。
Oh.
しゃあねえな。じゃあ今から撮んぞ。
え？ここで？
今ここで？
みんなと一緒に写ったやつをな。楽しみにしてたクリスマスパーティーだろ。いいじゃねえか、思い出としちゃ。
そうだね。ありがとう、お姉ちゃん。
おう、もう私も写真なんて持ってねえからな。
では早速撮影をしましょう。
She busts out a professional looking tripod and a big single lens camera. She opens up the umbrella and sets the light.
撮るからには最低限これくらいはしませんと。屋内は光量が全く足りませんからね。
おいおい、 何取る気だしぐれ。売り物にでもすんのか。
いくら私でも実の母親の写真を売り物にしたりしませんよ。需要はありそうですが。
Oh no. Don't try it.
あらあら、お化粧を。
Why is she into this? You can clearly see their family. Nevertheless, following in tradition from my mother's birthday party, I've once again forgotten to get any kinds of presents ready for the occasion. My mind's been too preoccupied with the Christmas sales war and tonight's cake. Sheesh. Can I screw up or what? I can leave presents for ASCII maple and cinnamon and sugar, since they already know about Santa. But that means I'll just have to get something ready for chocolate, vanilla, and coconut. Maybe I can sneak out and in of the night and bake something.
はい、カメラのレンズを見て。兄様、遠くを見ていないでカメラを見てくださいませ。
Oh, sure, sorry. That's when I hear the sound of the front door opening. Eyes go in that direction. Sorry, Coconut, hate to ask, but can we save the photo for
も
later?
ちろんだよ、お兄ちゃん。頑張って。
Yeah, we'll snap a photo of everyone smiles soon. Just give me a little time before that, alright? On the other side of the sliding door, my father's footsteps through the hallway grow closer.
ごっくり。みなぎる緊張感。ドキドキ。そういえば、なんでご主人様とお父様は喧嘩してるんですか？喧嘩じゃない。
まあ喧嘩じゃねえな。
でも、グルメバトルにはなってるわね。バトル展開？はあ、ぶつかり合う意地と意地、肉体と肉体、飛び散る血と汗。はあ、どうしてこんなことに？そもそもどうしてこんなことになったのかと言いますと、まずこれは親子喧嘩ではありません。ですが、兄様は父様に言われるがまま和菓子屋を継ぐことに疑問を感じていました。そして留学先で師と呼べる方に出会い、その味に魅せられ洋菓子職人の道に進んだのです。父様は反対こそしていませんが、その選択を正しいとは認めていません。というか、兄様の作る料理をすべて認めていないと言った方がいいかもしれませんね。兄様は父様に認められたいという気持ちがあります。それと自分の信じるみんなを笑顔にするお菓子を、そうした理由で兄様は今日のケーキを作ってきたのだと思います。
おお、なるほど。理解した。
Now I get it.
要するに意地だよな。
That's part of it, yeah. The sliding door to the living room opens. Wait. Nyaruhodo. Hey, Dad. I promised to come here. I promised to come today.
聞いてはいる。
ドキドキ、ハラハラ。
They're better. Today's Christmas Eve. So I don't want to focus on myself. I want to focus on the family. And then again, if it weren't a special day, I think it'd be best if we got along without any discord. So Dad, I brought a cake and I poured all my all into making it today. But I won't force you to have any of it. Though, if you do feel inclined, by all means. Did you already have dinner, Dad?
出先で軽くな。
お父様ったらパーティーをやるって言いましたのに。
Oh. Even he is defeated at those
帰り
words.
道で少々冷えた。
Yeah, then how about some hot tea?
こんなこともあろうかとお湯を沸かしておいたわ。
さすがめいちゃんです。
どうぞ。クリスマスティーですが。
美味しいわよ。
紅茶か。こんな日だしな。カーショー、相変わらず気が利かないやつだ。
What?
茶を出したなら茶受けを出さないか。
おこれはごくりと。
その時か。
来ちゃったの？茶受けってにゃんだっけ？
You and me both, Chocola. You and me both.
お菓子のことだよ。
Oh.
今は外で暮らしてるとはいえ、ショコラも和菓子屋水無月の猫なのですから、茶受けぐらい知っていてくださいね。はい、ショコラ覚えました。
Chaka doesn't refer to just sweets served with tea, but also to pickled foods and other savory items. Considering the context, though, my dad will only be asking for one thing.
茶受けを持ってきます。ショコラが行くなら私も行く。
Appreciate it.
持ってきました。
そんなに振ったら中のケーキが。
It's fine. I already thought of that with this cake. I pull the cake out of the box and bring the box chocolate brings over. Christmas cakes often times get brought home by children, so I figured it'd be best to mitigate any accidents, even if it gets a little shaken up. I present my father with the fruits of my labor.
ホールのケーキじゃないの？
人数分あるやつですね。
While bigger, whole cakes have a better aesthetic. There are a lot of families who end up having a lot left over, right?
そういえばミルクちゃんのとこも2人分買ってたわ。そういえばそうね。
A whole cake would do, but I brought the cake you can eat on your own. A cake you can eat on your own, nice too.
これはケーキなのか？
確かにちょっと変わった形をしてるわね。初めて見る気がするわ。
初めて見ました。まん丸です。丸い、赤い、にょろ。
It's round and red.
なんでしょうか。
What could it be?
私は手伝ってたから知ってっけどな。
おいしそう。
これってわかった。花火じゃないかしら。
Yep, that'd be correct.
花火玉か。
I call it the honeybee. Hanabi.
お兄ちゃん、僕も食べていい？
Of course you can.
ちょっとココナッツ、フォークを使いなさいよ。
No, it's fine. I made these with eating them by hand in mind.
ケーキを手づかみで食べる
You normally eat manju buns with, or fancier, eat manju buns or fancier with your hands, don't you? It's easier for kids to eat. Granted, I also considered adults eating them as well.
まんじゅうと同じか。肝心なのは味だ。
美味しいよ。まあナッツは何を食べても美味しいだからな。
でもこれは本当に美味しいです。私も一口。あらあら、本当に美味しいじゃないの、歌唱。
Yeah, the animation sometimes are a bit interesting, let's just say that. Glad to hear it.
これは周りは何なのかしら。
これはフランボワーズのメレンゲね。
面白いわよね。フォークが刺しにくいくらいだから、よっぽど硬いのかと思ったら、噛んでみるとほろほろ崩れて。
食べやすさと食感のバランスがいいわよね。
兄様、この中の白いところはバタークリームですね。
That it is.
千賀なしのイチゴを使って甘さは控えめでとろける味わいにしてるって歌唱が言ってたぞ。
お口の中でパチパチしてます。パチパチパチパチ。
何かしらこれ、食べたことない。
これはチョコで包んだベタクリスピーですね。
Oh, I'm impressed you knew, Cinnamon.
ちょっと前に厨房にあったもので。
つまみ食いしちゃダメって言ってるでしょ。
一番奥は柚子とクズのジュレ寄せですね。
いろんな柚子を試したよな。
I'd ask you to help me with a bunch. This cake uses citrons from the Shikoku region.
柚子の香りがとっても素敵ね。いろいろな味が溶け合ったものがポンと落ち着く感じだわ。
I wanted to incorporate more of a Japanese style taste this time around, but there are already so many Japanese style sweets that use matcha.
どうして和風なんですか？
Because I was raised in Japan and taught how to make Japanese sweets. That taught me how to make Japanese sweets, and my mentor taught me how to make Western sweets. So I thought about making a cake that represents me. And I figured that this was was the only cake suitable to feed Dad.
だそうですよ。父様、どうかごくり。じー。ドキドキドキドキ。
美味しい美味しい。お兄ちゃん、もう一個食べていい？
She doesn't even give a shit. Sure.
そんなに見ていたら食べにくい。
Everyone hurriedly averts their eyes. Chocolate.
座って。
どうなのかしら。
Give the men some peace. I know, like, this is a whole build-up, but holy
落
shit.
ち着けブルメ。
どうですか、お父様。
Dad takes one bite and stops moving. Looks solemnly into the cake in his hand. He returns the cake to the plate and stands up. Dad returns his back towards us and begins to leave the room.
父様。
Is it not good enough? I grit my teeth, however, it's neither of anger nor frustration. I'm going to put a smile on your face, Dad. Mark my words. With the sweets that I have made myself. I'll do it again, and I'll make one and come back again. Issues. Thank you. Eh?
歌唱うまかった。
Dun 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 dun. My father strains that out of his mouth and exits the living room. Yeah? It was good.
言いましたよ、ご主人様。
Yeah, he
や
did.
ったね、ご主人。よかったです。よかったですね、兄様。
やるじゃん。
おめでとう、仮装。ちょっとかっこよかったわ。
おめでとうございます、歌唱さん。
Contain yourself, Cinnamon. Yeah.
僕も泣けてきて。よかったよ。
You too, Coconut. Holy shit. That shaking. How do...
泣くなっての、お前ら。
何よ、あずきだって涙ぐんでるじゃないの。
バカ、これはわさびが染みたんだ。
I just sniffed the wasabi.
いや、わさび使った料理出てないでしょ。
I brought my own tube.
どうしたんですか、兄様。
Nothing. I'm glad he said something I made was delicious. I'm just a little confused.
お世辞なんかではないと思います。父様はああいう方ですから、味については本当のことしか言いません。
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but why did he take a bite and then leave, if that's the case? I look at the cake left on the plate.
美味しかったら全部食べたくなるよね。
夕飯は軽くだったと言ってた。
そいつはお前。
Does it mean I'm still missing something?
大丈夫。ちゃんと美味しいわよ、歌唱。
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that,
お
but
父様のこと、まだ気持ちをすべて察することはできてないみたいね。
I know, I think I know what's going on here. The full picture? Well, yeah, that's not possible. I'm trying to imagine the best I can, but
そうかもしれないわね。お父様はね、歌唱のケーキを
talk or eat. Pick one, please. You picked eat.
美味しかった。
Talk, woman!
お茶をいただけるかしら。
はい、どうぞ。
クリスマスっていいわね。母様、父様のお気持ちの件は、そういえば途中だったわね。
大丈夫なのか、おかみさん。
歌唱、もうお父様のためにケーキを作らなくてもいいわよ。
What do you mean by
あ
that?
なたはもうお父様に認められたということよ。これからはあの人が食べたい時に あなたのケーキを食べると思うわ。わざわざ持ってこなくてもね。しぐれが買ってきてくれる分には私は嬉しいわよ。
確かにうまかったと言ってくださいました。それならばどうして一口だけしか食べてくださらなかったのでしょうか。
それはね、涙が出てきたからよ。
まあそういうことだな。
涙。
よっぽど嬉しかったのでしょう。でもあなたたちに泣いている顔を見られたくなかったのね。
Dad was crying?
あの年になると男の人って泣いている姿を見られるのが恥ずかしくなるのね。
そういうことだったんですね。
お父様の歌唱への厳しさは和の道にしても洋の道にしても職人を志したからには半端に終わってほしくないという思いから、あなたはその思いに十分に応えてくれたわ。お父様の後悔を受け止めてくれた。
父様の後悔ですか？
ええ。歌唱の頑張りはお父様の後悔と、そしてもう一人のお方の心の痛みを。
One other person? What do you mean?
お父様のお父様、おじい様のことは知っているわよね。
Well, here comes the plot twist. Not a bit from childhood memories.
私は覚えていないです。
そうね。おじい様はこの水無月家の跡取りだったわ。老舗和菓子屋の長男で和菓子職人として育った。
兄様や父様と同じですね。
ええ。そして
I knew it!
おじい様と結ばれたお相手はフランス人の女性だったの。おばあ様は日本へ観光に訪れていたらしいわね。おじい様とおばあ様は目が合った瞬間に互いに惹かれ合った。どちらも一目惚れだったという話よ。
うにゃー、ロマンスです。一目惚れ、わかる。
そんで歌唱の親父さんが生まれたわけか？
ええ。おじい様とおばあ様の間にできた男の子がお父様、須浜さんね。とても仲のいい家族だったわ。私は須浜さんとは幼なじみでね、幸せだった。彼女の実家はフランスでは名の知れた洋菓子職人だったらしくて、ずっと悩んでらしたけれど、おじい様と須浜さんを残して。
Wait a second. I know this story. Are you telling me that?
しぐれ、あなたはあったのよね。
はい。
あなたは歌唱と違って人をよく見てるから。
はい。父様の面影があると思いました。
This is crazy. I never had a clue. I never even noticed.
歌唱のお師匠様、ベニエさんはね、あなたのおばあ様なの。
Dun dun dun.
驚愕の真実。
You and me both, Vanilla.
マジか。
ごめんなさい兄様。知っていながら黙っていました。
You know, now that you mention it, there were a few hints in the past. But why didn't either of you or my mentor say anything, Shigure?
ベニエさんから、いえ、おばあ様から口止めされていました。兄様はパティシエとして大切な時期にある。余計なことは言わないようにと。今の歌唱ならその言葉の意味が理解できるのではないかしら。
See the point. In my mind had hit rock bottom at the time. So if I found that out, I might have made matters even worse. I would have wondered if the reason my dad wouldn't approve of my Western suite was because of the feud over with his own mom, or something like that. Now that I've gotten Dad's approval, I understand that's not the case, but
結果的にしぐれには苦しい思いをさせてしまったわね。いえ、自分が勝手にフランスまで行っておばあ様から聞き出してしまったことですから。
seeing how you're her grandmother, it must have been a lot for her.
親切な方に違いはありませんが。ああ、そういうことだったんですね。
何を唐突に。
歌唱さんのお父さんが作った生クリームがお師匠さんの味に近いって言ってたじゃありませんか。
Cinnamon actually said something smart.
そうか。
The child my mentor used to make sweets for was my dad.
老舗和菓子屋の世継ぎを奪うことはできないとおばあ様は考えたのね。結局息子である須浜さんを置いて。
Yeah, I've heard about that from my mentor herself.
歌唱からそのお師匠さんのことを聞いたとき、でも言わないということはきっと何かあるのだろうと思って。
Don't worry, it's not a big deal to me. It's not a big deal to me or anything. I can more or less see why Mentor would keep things a secret. She probably thought that telling me would get in my way of me realizing my own faults. But the real question is, what does Dad think of Mentor? Does he happen to hold a
どう
grudge?
してそう思うの？
Well, because she was never invited to her husband's funeral.
めっちゃん、お葬式って普通は呼ぶもの？
And there goes Cinnamon's intelligence.
そういえば私たちお葬式って見たことないわね。
Okay, she just doesn't know.
何それ？お別れ会。
Yeah.
なんだか悲しいね。
お前ら静かにしとけ。今大切な話してんぞ。
So, why was it that she was never invited to the funeral?
須浜さんが恨んでいるのかいないのか。でも葬儀に呼ばなかったのはおばあ様のことを思ってのことじゃないかしら。
What do you mean?
おじいさまは老舗の和菓子屋の主だもの。本来なら喪主を務めるべき奥さんが通夜にも間に合わず葬儀にだけフランスから来てどんな目で見られるかしら。だから 私からおじい様が亡くなったことだけお伝えしたのよ。
The mutual acquaintance my mentor was talking about was apparently my mom.
子供の頃のスハマさんは母親に捨てられたと思っていたわ。でも大人になって店を継いでからは実家の味を守ろうと帰国した母親の考えを理解した。
Yeah, I'm sure if placed in the same situation, Dad would have done the same thing.
そうね。きっと私と
I don't say that like that.
言ってしまうわね。まだ子供たちも幼いのに。
We're not young anymore.
幼くはないですね。まあ、そんなことになったら、私は地球の裏側だろうと一緒に行きますけれど。
Yeah, make sure to do that. One parent bragging about the other is a perfect way to make things awkward.
何にしても、先ほども言ったように、水無月を取り巻く方々の中には、おばあ様に否定的な人もいるの。そういう人たちと衝突しないよう、スハマさんは母親のことなど忘れたかのように振る舞っていたのでしょう。ああいう性格の人だから内心のことを話したりしないわ。話半分に聞いておいた方が良さそうですね。あらあら、しぐれちゃん。
Uh-oh.
でもこれだけは間違いないわ。スハマさんは一度はおばあ様と会っておくべきだったと今では後悔しているのよ。道を違えたとはいえ親子だもの。もっと仲良くしてもよかったはずだわ。それなら今すぐにでも会いに行けばいいと思いますわ。きっとおばあ様も喜びます。過ぎた時は戻らない。今になって会ってもおばあ様は謝罪するばかりでしょう。スハマさんはそれを望んではいないわ。あの二人が望んでいるのは、スハマさんが子供だった頃に母親であるベニエさんがそばにいること。自分たちが選ばなかった道、捨ててしまった選択、その大切さに後から気づいたからこその後悔なの。
Regrets.
会いたいなら会いに行けばいいと思います。ご主人の父上も段ボール箱で送る？
Very... That's a very good idea,
ショ
Vanilla.
コラたちやったよね。引っ越し屋さんに運ばれてご主人様の新しいお家まで。トラックの中が埃っぽかった。ショコラはこの荷物重いって言われてプンプンでした。
証拠場によかったな。カシオの引っ越し先がフランスじゃなくて飛行機で運ばれてたら大変だったぞ。
そうにゃの？
Is that... What a word.
貨物室はマイナス50度とからしいぞ。
ショコラ凍っちゃう。寒いのは苦手。ブルブル。それは高高度の外気温であって常温の荷室もありますよ。でも飛んでいる間はずっとトイレすらない箱の中ですが。ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。飛行機無理。段ボール箱の話はともかく、やはり会えるうちに会いに行くべきだと思います。 意地とかあるんじゃないかしら。
意地なんでしょうか。そうじゃねえだろ。今になって会っても互いの後悔が深まるだけってことじゃないか。
なんか悲しいな。後悔が深まる、そうでしょうか。
若いもんはわかんねえかもしれねえけど、失ったものを突きつけ合うことになるだろ。
私は小豆よりずーっと年上ですよ。それでもね、歌唱が二人の血縁に連なり水無月の味を知るあなたが、おばあさまの味も受け継いでくれた。時間は巻き戻せないけれど、選んだ道が間違いではなかった。歌唱が離れ離れになった家族をまた一つにしてくれたの。あなたの作ったケーキが。
They united the family. I'm the eldest son of a Japanese pastry shop family, but I decided to become a Western pastry chef. So I thought I actually split up the family. Instead,
私ずっとスハマさんとおばあさまの心の傷が癒されたらいいなって。本当にありがとう。素晴らしいことです、兄様。
oh, I mean, well, I kinda did what I wanted to do. That's all.
なんか職場にみたいなこと言ってんな、歌唱。好きだからやってるんですよね、ご主人様。
大正解。
Maybe you're right. I still can't keep up with you, Mom. Did you know this day would come? From the moment you found out I got taken in as an apprentice?
だから兄様が店を出すことにも陰ながら協力してくださったのですか？私が兄様をお手伝いすることもずっと許してくださっていた理由は。
Oh, I missed one.
さて、何にしても歌唱にもしぐれにもおばあさまやお父様みたいな後悔はしてほしくないと願っているわ。欲しいものはすべて手に入れなさい。
Yeah, I'd been contemplating if being recognized by Dad was the right decision. But I thought it was what I needed, so I never gave up. And as a result, I feel like I've matured. And it ended up helping the family too.
だと思うもの諦めてはダメ。
Akiramendayo.
大切だと思うもの。ご主人様。私にとってはショコラ。ご主人も大切。
Ah, yeah, thanks, Vanilla.
歌かしら。
私はめいちゃんのこと大切だよ。
歌ね、歌しかないわね。あとは紅茶かしら。
めいちゃん。
もう冗談よ。みんなのことも大切よ。シナモンのことも。
めいちゃん。感動しすぎてシナモン潤っちゃう。
Rejected again.
私は別に今の暮らしがあればいいかな。たまにいいもんが食いてえくらいで。
大切なもの、欲しいもの。写真撮りたい。そういえば途中でしたね。
The photo.
でも親父さん戻ってきてないぞ。
ショコラ呼んできます。ショコラが行くなら私も。
Both chocolate and vanilla scoot out of the living room.
ちょっと大丈夫なの？
怒られちゃったりしませんか？ 大丈夫よ。お父様にとってショコラちゃんやバニラちゃんは孫みたいなものだから。
なるほど。なんだかんだ言って孫には弱いよな。
私はできれば娘だと思ってほしいのだけれど。
姉ちゃんってば、
What?
なんでよ、エッチなことは言ってないでしょ。僕も娘がいいな。
いや、ナッツは孫枠だろ。
僕だって体は大人びてるよ。
頭は子供って自覚はあるんだな。
あずきだって孫扱いだよね。ちっちゃいし。
ちっちゃいって言うな。マンチカ舐めてんのかこれ。ふしゃー。
喧嘩はダメだよ。
放っておきなさいよ。じゃれてるだけよ。
He's a sucker for grandchildren, huh? Reminds me of my mentor, that my mentor taught me all she knows despite saying she didn't take apprentices. So the reason she readied a room for me was because we were family. Then I thought she was impressed by my enthusiasm, but I guess I had a big head.
何を言っているの、歌唱。あのお父様の母親なのよ。
When you put it that
し
way.
ぐれの買ってきてくれたフィナンシャを食べて確信したわ。あれは妥協や容赦をするような人の味じゃない。おばあさまは孫だからといって覚悟の足りないものにあれこれ教える方ではないはずよ。
そう思います。私には厨房の道具を触らせてくれませんでした。
Maybe you have a point. She never once snapped or shouted in a coarse manner at me, but I could always feel her gaze saying, "Shape up or ship out." Toward me and toward herself, my mentor never played favorites, just because I'm a grandson. In fact, had I known she was my grandmother, I probably would have expected her to ease up, so I wouldn't have learned to my fullest potential. Granted, I'd like to think that I wouldn't be that weak-willed, but still. It wasn't long ago that I tried to do everything on my own. But I have Dad's teachings, mentor's teachings, Mom's help, my little sister's support, as well as my cat girls cheering me on. And lastly, despite thinking that we were butting heads, my dad's earnest care and consideration for me. What else can I even say? I am blessed.
ちゃっちゃーん、お父様をお連れしました。ショコバニー、もうちょっと余韻とか考えろ。
Dad, we're taking a photo. Would you mind being in it?
お願いします。
ココナツちゃんが部屋に飾る写真が欲しいんですって。
それなら仏頂面の私なんぞ入っていない方がよかろう。
ダメ。家族だから家族は一緒がいいです。
そうだな。
やっぱ孫だよな。
いいんじゃない？孫にしかできないことがあるもの。
では父様、そこへ座ってください。母様も。はい、寄って寄って。
これ
トレート用のレンズなんで画角が狭いんです。
Don't take an indoor group shot with a long distance lens. But it's pretty good. Maybe I'll take a copy too.
勝った記念にでもしようってのか、歌唱。
Good idea, but today's the day I felt the weakest in my life. I'm still a novice and a long way to go, so yeah. I look forward to working with you.
歌唱。
はい、セット完了です。さあ、兄様も入ってください。
The camera started emitting a quick set of beeps. The shutter then takes a few snaps and as it takes the photo.
はい、ありがとう。それ、私ももらうからな。
ショコラも欲しいです。私のショコラコレクションに抜けは許されない。
In my chocolate collection.
私も欲しいです。
みんながもらうなら私ももらっておこうかしら。まあ付き合いも大切だしね。
わかりました。全員分印刷するから待っててください。
どんな風に撮れたの、しぐれ様。
こんな感じですよ。
Shigura shows Coconut the camera's LCD display.
すごいよ。お兄ちゃんはやっぱりすごいね。
Yeah, me?
ほら、みんなが笑顔だよ。やっぱりお兄ちゃんのケーキは笑顔にしてくれる。
Yeah. And it's thanks to all you guys.
歌唱。今後も精進するがいい。
That says as he reaches over to the cake he left on his plate.
お茶入れましょうか。
賛成。ご主人様、ショコラたち頑張りましたか？頑張った？
Yeah, you were both good girls.
歌唱、お疲れさん。
Thanks. Oh, that was one long ass chapter. And that is where they're gonna end today, at least. Because, let's see. Yeah, there are more chapters to go, so. The game is nowhere near done. Or at least, well, we're over half, probably, but still. But alright. That is going to be it for today. Everyone, thank you for watching. Minasan, hontou ni arigatou. Yeah, that's where my knowledge of languages ends. Iedereen bedankt voor het kijken. I don't know how to say it in Spanish, sorry Serena. But yes. I hope you all had fun. And I'll see you tomorrow for Yakuza. Ari gracias. Muchas gracias for watching. Honto muchos, ari gracias. But I'll see you tomorrow for Yakuza. So have a good night, sleep tight, and bye bye.